AM 560, The Answer.
American woman, stay away from me.
We will keep this promise
American woman,
to the American people.
mama, let me be.
If you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor, period. If you like your health care plan, you will be able to keep your health care plan, period.
If you like your doctor or health care plan, you can keep it.
Nothing in this plan will require you or your employer to change the coverage of the doctor you have.
The only change you'll see are falling costs as our reforms take hold.
If you like your health care system and your doctor, the only thing reform will mean to you is your health care will cost less.
Wrong.
Now, there's one thing I want to tell you, and everybody who's been in business, who's run a business, who's worked in the accounting department of a business, and the people that I golfed with yesterday, lovely people, terrible golfers, but lovely, lovely people, a sister and a brother. Family business, father, an inventor, did more for America than most people will ever know. And we were talking about what Obamacare did to the business. And it's the same story over and over again. And I know it's not vogue to talk about it anymore. But the reason I will never forget it is those of us with an IQ over 60 knew exactly what was going to happen. It started a move in this country, and the only thing that could have stopped it were the people that were hired, called the Tea Party candidates. That's the only ones that could have stopped it. But the idea they wheel out this buffoon, bust-out, fraud scumbag, Barack Obama, who did single-handedly more damage to this country than all the presidents before him, as he alone doubled the national debt, doubled it himself. $9 trillion he added. Joe Biden, it took him 8 years. Joe Biden did $9 trillion in 4 years after he stole the 2020 election. But now we're all strapped with their conspiracy theory. See, that's what this is. Obamacare is the conspiracy theory. It was based on nothing. Promises, fraud, manufactured evidence. And he's now wheeled it out as an expert on anything. I don't care if it's Obamacare, if it's Iran, if it's the green energy boondoggle of which he all destroyed the quality of the ordinary person's life. What is exactly the repercussion for the destruction that one party has done to this country? What is the repercussion? They're still in it, and we still have to hear from these fracking morons?
The gas prices were this high under Obama, too. So,
well, listen, no, I mean,
and Biden.
well, I'm not
Right, President Biden? Didn't we have gas prices at over $5?
No, well, there were gas prices in the immediate aftermath of
and I
the
remember eggs were like
pandemic
$12
situation.
a dozen.
Well, he never paid. No Democrat ever pays for anything. They're either treated like gods as politicians or they're on the welfare nipple as constituents. We're the ones that pay the cost. We're the ones that always knew when they were completely full of bull dung.
We need to have a realization that we've got about 35 years worth of oil left in the whole world. We're going to run out of oil. When Mr. Nixon made his famous speech.
And what was the repercussion? When this fossil finally bit the dust, he was touted as what? A great president? The tens of millions of Americans he single-handedly bankrupt. The millions and millions of businesses he single-handedly bankrupt. I think that's the hardest part. Every time I hear this lying, enigma, fraud, scandalous whore pretend he's good at something, the only thing worse are the people that still think it's important to hear from him.
Former President Obama says
it is doubtful that any agreement that arises is going to be significantly.
And by the way, like every other Chicago Democrat, do not sign up to work for them. They will not pay you. The agreements that they sign are as valid as the Iranian cultists. It doesn't mean anything when they agree to something.
I was excited because of the fact of who Obama is, him and his wife, and they come from Chicago.
There are only a few days to go until the Obama Presidential Center opens here in Chicago, and even at this late stage, there are some controversies between the people responsible for building the building, the contractors, and the foundation itself. The African American Contractors Association of Chicago says there are at least 10 small contractors who are threatened financially because they so far have not been paid or.
No kidding! You think a lying thief gives a rip how much melanin you have in your skin? They don't give a rip. Nothing he says, his signature, no promises made by the Democrat mafia mean anything. Even when they're made by the Islamo-Nazi cultists, you thought you were going to get paid. He's a Chicago Democrat. You're just going to get screwed. 312-642-5600.
So, how are you doing?